In an age of fractal realms, feuding kings, and endless war, few believed the world could ever be united beneath a single banner. Yet, from the ancient halls of Gryffindor arose a dynasty driven by honor, ambition, and an unyielding hunger for glory. Generation after generation, the rulers forged alliances through marriage, shattered empires upon the battlefield, and carried their crimson lion across every corner of the known world. From the frozen north to the desert of the east, no crown stood beyond their reach. Kingdoms bent the knee, great dynasties faded into dust, and the name of Gryffindor became feared in every royal court. This is the tale of how the Gryffindor dynasty achieved world conquest. First step, it will be to take the strong blood decision to ensure better congenital traits into my dynasty. Then to make sure I arrange marriages to the people in my court. For people with better stats, for example, I need a commander. I also need people with high prowess to be able to raid across the seas. Also, high learning, high diplomacy, high stewardship. Everything helps. Now, I need an incredible tutor to make sure he teach me the ways of martial. First step will be to raid England to make sure I get gold, prisoners for gold, and prestige as I grow. At the beginning of 867, it is safe to raid Wessex because they're busy fighting the invaders. 4 years of age, I decided to sell fealty to Sweden, King Bjorn out of sight, just so I can do this decision, meet the peers. That way, I can gain prowess and traits as I grow older. 16 years of age, I have become a skilled tactician. Now I am ready to lead troops into battle, get gold, enough prestige to divulge my culture, and enough piety to reform my faith. But first step will be to host a grand wedding. Get married with this genius of a woman that will give me the best kids any man could want. And now, my first dynasty legacy will be Seawolf, just to double the prestige and fame I get from battles. Years later, I decided to do a Varangian adventure all the way to Ireland so I can get a special trait. After winning the battle, I got the Veteran Adventure trait for Martial per level of fame, Prowess per level of fame, and Mercenary maintenance 50% discount. Then I launch a conquest for the Kingdom of Man so I can take a special decision later into the game. Followed by a Duchy conquest to the Iberian Peninsula so I can hybridize my culture with the Andalusian culture. Now I will do a grand tour. This will help with the cultural acceptance to get to 20 so I'm able to hybridize culture as quick as possible. Now that I'm ready, I will create Hogwarts 903. I like to put the year, that way I can keep track for the future to do another hybridization. I will keep malleable invaders, coastal warriors, tabletop warriors, and the key tradition here will be malleable subject. Now, the greatest faith for Marshall will be Taltotism. You get one Marshall per level of fame, Army Gold Maintenance 5, and an extra 10 if you keep all holy sites. To be able to stack Marshall, I added by the sword for the Marshall per level of fame in combination with Tabletop Warriors for extra Marshall. I immediately reformed my faith. I added cranial trophies, Takamin for extra Marshall by going into hunts, and Warmonger to facilitate my world conquest. You can follow the doctrine if you wish to use this faith. As I grew older, I created the Empire of Britannia for more renown, since on my next phase, I will play as one of my sons, an incredible son with already 36 Marshall of 25 years of age. And the time is close to the end. I gave a lot of money and all my artifacts to my next heir. I will now choose a destiny decision so I can plan ahead for the future. Our main focus is to explore the map and gather every point of interest. As you can see here, every time I go through them, I get money, prestige, and I also get experience points. Years later, the adventure is over, and now I look for a herder, so I am able to take the decision to become a nomad. When they have a herder, you do not have to fight. You can just take the land like I'm going to show you right now. But before that, I will take this decision for this extraordinary book that will give my descendants 40% of lifestyle experience. Now you take the adopt the nomadic ways. Take the second option, and just like that, I have my own county in the steppes. Years later, I am ready to hybridize with the Karaite culture. I will switch my heritage to Mongolic, keep Arabic language. I'm gonna name it Hogwarts 983. Now, I'm gonna take by the sword, tabletop warriors for all the extra martial, malleable subject, which is imperative, horse breeders because I can do the finest horses, the building, where I'm gonna be able to gain speed, and a wolf on the steps for the extra for prowess. And now the final step is done. We created the ultimate culture for the steps. And now you can see that I already reached a whopping 100 martial. Now, usually it is very, very hard to max out any stat in one life to 100, especially martial. But you can see here how. Now, there is an easy way without stacking all of these modifiers, which I will teach you later with a special trick in the steps that I have never seen anybody else use. Here, you can follow through on the buildings I'm using to become Genghis Khan. Generations later, I have enough herd, money, and prestige to take the decision, become the greatest of all Khans. Once you take the decision, all the neighbor realms will try to stop you, but I cannot be stopped. Now, let me show you the magic of this playthrough. It is this building, Mercenary Payments Post. If you read here, gain a square of the Karash Mercenary Wisdom stacking character modifier every time you hire a mercenary company for the duration of their mercenary contract. After a mercenary contract expires, you have 60% chance to get a mercenary knight. Now, here it is 40% cheaper, and the duration of the mercenary is 60%, and that stacks with a 50% discount for malleable subjects, meaning that every mercenary that I hire gives me one marshal. So I could hire all the mercenaries because I got the money and just stack that modifier unlimited for 6 years non-stop. And now you can see here how I can lead every troop with crazy, insane high marshal in seconds. And now I have achieved the unachievable. Everything is set to start Gryffindor's world conquest.